Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey, GUTBOX here. So, abilities. As you see in my lineup behind you, I got thousands of them equipped currently. We've been running, testing abilities all year, tested out some new ones the last few days. You can watch those videos over at GutFox too about testing film study. And what was the other one we tested out recently? Leapfrog 2. And okay, so let's talk about them because there are some that are absolutely needed to win games. Now, this applies for franchise 2 as well as MUT. We're going to go through, what I'm using, but I'm going to go through the tier list here. I'll show you that in a second. Defense, I got a whole bunch of them too. As you guys know, abilities are very scheme dependent. Some are scheme independent, obviously, but a lot of it, defense is reacting to the better offense. Some of the offense is reacting to some of the overpowered stuff on defense. But let's go ahead and let's go do offense first, okay? So I'm going to do tier list, and then I'll do what I'm running currently, okay? So tier list here. I updated this stuff from earlier in the year. I think it's basically, as close to the meta as possible. Previous in the year, I would have this set based off how much AP it was, but because EA is so aggressive in discounting AP on some of these, I kind of got rid of a lot of that requirement about things being too expensive because some crazy ones are super cheap now. So it's really just like what are best just about. So Hot Route Master, the patterns you get out of Hot Route Master are the best patterns in the game to go those extra routes there. Deep Out Elite, it is nerfed from the day one, which is why I said Donald Parham day one is going to be the best Donald Parham we get all year because we have so many things to counter Deep Out. Deep Out's still really good, but because of the abilities that we've got on defense, the cards we got on defense, it's nowhere near as good as it was on launch. Route Tech, make your route sharper. Fearless is literally only here because of how overpowered Under Pressure and Edge Threat Elite are. And you do, you can get risky and not run Fearless, but you'll miss drags a lot of times. I'll talk about me not running Fearless here in a second. We got Set Feet Lead, of course. Pass Lead Elite to make the velocity on balls faster. Now, I heard Pass Lead Elite, wildly, it makes your pass leads a little bit longer. So Pass Lead Elite's kind of strangely different than Set Feet Lead. I don't know, there might be a glitch in the game right there. Short and Elite, literally just there to beat man coverage. Threat Detector, because blitzing is so, such a big deal in the game, and obviously IRL too. But Threat Detector, because you can just base align and either send them or back them off, and you really have no downside to a lot of the base align BS in this game because you can't beat them deep, even though they're misaligned. It's Madden's terrible on base align. Identifier there. Now that it's free, it's so insanely important to have. And then Secure Protector because the defensive abilities. Now, you'll see I have Edge Protect here in an A slot. Edge Protector would be S tier if Secure Protector wasn't there. I think Secure Protector is a slightly better than Edge Protector because it also shuts down inside stuffs. And you'll see inside stuff I have pretty high, rated pretty highly. Not in the OP category. Offense, I think in offense, all these things are really good. On defense, there's legit OP things, legit overpowered defensive abilities. Whereas in offense, they're all good. The only ones that I would say are close to overpowered on offense would be the pass velocity abilities, which are just insane. They make your zones pretty dumb. The other only really overpowered ones would be Deep Out, Hot Route Master, potentially. But I don't think they should nerf Hot Route Master ever. So that's why it's just S tier with no OP next to it, because I feel like they're fine. I don't feel like there's a lot of game balance issues as much on offense ability-wise. Trust me, there's other issues in the game, but abilities are closer. There's nothing like Edge Escape Artist last year, which was so wildly overpowered. It's crazy. As for A tier, we have a lot of apprentice routes. Those basically all built into Hot Route Master, but they're really nice to have along with outside apprentice. I guess should have moved this up. Gunslinger, as we all know, is nerf from last year. Just increases how quickly your quarterback gets the ball out. It's not crazy. It's nice, but it's like 1 to 2 frames just about. Gunslinger helps you out. Backfield Master for running back apprentice routes too. And then it's also better cuts against linebackers. Deep and Elite, which is different than Deep Out Elite. It's just a little bit the middle between the what is it, numbers for Deep and Elite. Edge Protector, we talked about that with Secure Protector. Slot-O-Matic for beating man coverage. Short Out Elite for beating press man coverage. Short Out Elite, if they play press man against you and you run a streak or a post, not a fade, just a streak, you will be able to get a little speed boost once you beat the press on Short Out Elite. and then you're able to beat a streak deep, so they can't play cover 2, cover 0, press man as effectively. So short out elite, it's A tier, but it only really works in that location. Evasive, tank, and bruiser are here for your running backs. I think those are A tier. You know, it is what it is. If you're a big runner, you do want to have some of these on your running back, depending if you have an evasive guy or more of a power back, okay? I put post up in B tier. I think if the meta shifts more to like 3-man rushes, this would definitely go up to A tier. It's really nice on the run also. So it's like on the edge, I kind of wanted to put it in A tier, but I kind of liked it in B tier since, I don't know, it feels good. If it was 0 AP, maybe I'd feel better about it. It's not currently, but if it is, like I said, that's not going to play into it. So I feel like post-up's B tier, but I could see it being A. It's really the borderline. It's like B plus A minus area. Route apprentices, that was a mistake. Route apprentice should be up there. One more level. That was a mistake. RB apprentice, slightly worse than backfield master, but still get those extra routes. Red zone threat. I don't know, red zone threat, some people swear by it, but it never really did a whole lot for me. Playmaker, QB playmaker. Now, I've tried playmaker, and some people say it beats man coverage, but when I tried it, I was not getting off man coverage. Playmaker is great against zone, but against man, I wasn't able to unstick them from cornerbacks. If there's a playmaker that can unstick from like, let me know in the comments. If playmaker can beat man coverage, it's much better, right? That's because that's like the meta. Everything on offense, you have to do everything on offense to beat man. Okay, everything on offense, you have to go with your offense to beat man. Either running the ball or routes and abilities, or to try and unstick yourself off of the most crazy man we've had in years. Matchup nightmare. This is something that I haven't as much success with, but other people swear by it, so I threw it in B. Nasty streak is great against the light sets. It's actually really cool against dollar. The problem with nasty streak is the fact that like oftentimes like dollar defensive linemen just like take up 2 blocks, and then like the user can just shoot through the gap. And so like nasty streak, it's really good, but it's inconsistent because the O-line AI is so bad in the game. Return man is really nice. Spin cycle, jukebox, armbar, honorary lineman, run off elite for runners. All right. And then in the C tier, like all these are still like usable. The reason why I have Deadeyes here, these Deadeyes specifically are here because they negate pressure, okay? Whereas the Deadeyes down here do not negate pressure, right? So inaccurate, so like you'll get inaccurate pressure if you have these on. The reason while they're in C tier and not higher is that Fearless is everything combined. Well, I guess it's only in the pocket, so it's not roaming Deadeye. You can argue, like, the thing is, like, I can't get outside the pocket much this year, so that's why I don't like roaming as much. But if you can't get outside the pocket effectively, if you, like, can cut the defensive end, maybe roaming's your thing to do. But they're a little limited in what parts of the field, so it depends on your offense. If you can, like, these are really, really good. The problem is none of them are discounted right now, which I said I wasn't taking back. The problem is they're limited either to long range, inside, or on the sidelines outside. I believe it's the numbers. So it's if your offense only targets this part of the field, it's incredible. Okay. If not, we'll see. I don't know. Reach for it, scream it. All these ones are still usable, right? But you're starting to get a little bit less value for your abilities. Like if they're free, go ahead and grab them and put them on. All right. All pass blocking offensive line abilities, I really don't see them doing anything at all for me. And then right down here, the reason why they're all F tier is because I've heard they're all broken, right? Conductor, anchored, and agile. If agile and anchored were working, they would probably be up in this area because of the amount of DB blitzes that we face in this game at $1. So that actually would be really good. And then the downside of agile and anchored extended is even when they're working, like on old gen, human joystick also, it's S tier on old gen. Human joystick on old gen is incredible. Can you guys see that? Yeah. S tier on old gen. You see that up there? Whoops. Human joystick. They just like don't work. And then when they did work, the animation took so long you get sacked by the second guy anyways. So I don't know. That's tough. All right, defense. Let's go through these things. Film study literally shouldn't be in the game. Just like the Omaha X Factor. Anything where I can see my opponent's plays like Bill Belichick should not be in this freaking game at all. The fact that the film study's in the game is an embarrassment, okay? And it's just overpowered. All right, so this one's... So basically everything right now in game on defense, man coverage is overpowered and broken as BS, right? It's terrible. There is not a single route in the game that you can consistently say beats man coverage. I used to say it was a tight end corner route, and now I'm seeing like that get locked up frequently by inside shade, medium route, KO. And so like there's nothing. Like it can beat it, but I've seen slants with short and elite. They literally run the route for you. If you call an in route, the guy knows you're running an in route before you even run the in route. And these things, even if they slightly beat you, with the route knockouts, it doesn't matter if you beat by 2 yards. Because of how horrible the rack animations are in this game, they contact your backside with like one finger and then the ball falls out of the guy's hands. All right? Inside shade, outside shade. You know, obviously that's inside shade. It locks down any route. Inside, what is it, the numbers? Outside shade, outside the numbers, if you can get on outside receiver. Outside shade's, I think, less powerful than inside shade without a doubt because it feels like fewer receivers are there and it's more consistent to put inside shade on like your safeties or your nickel and stuff and lock a guy down. You really want to stack them with route KOs if you really want to make it more degenerative. One step ahead is inside shade and outside shade together. Edge shot elite and under pressure. Like, this game is already random. The fact that they put under pressures in this game makes it even more random and makes the devs, like, it just literally shakes my faith in their ability to code this game. And like, not coding. Like, I already know their coding is bad, but it shakes my faith in the ability to think through how Madden plays and how it should play. There's no reason to add more RNG to a game that's already got way too much of it. So these things just shouldn't be. So, like, I would personally... Alright, they need to nerf man coverage. I would personally, like, increase the AP of all these things by 3. Film study, edge, and then the under pressure. All needs to not be in the game at all. All right. A tier. Now these things are like more of they're super powerful, super powerful, and like deep out zone KO, mid zone KO, they are BS. But zones are in a place right now that they're so bad and like they shuffle to their spot. You can literally just run past a lot of deep zones. You literally just streak a guy and then you run past them. That zones are so bad that these things, even though they're overpowered, basically are the only things making zone usable. And it's so terrible. I think flat zone KO is really good too. I think mid zone KO and flat zone KO are the best too if you're a heavy blitzer, right? If you're a heavy blitzer and they can't even get to 20 yards, these two are the ones you want to run. I ran flat zone KO as a B tier just because, I don't know, it seemed, because the issue with flat zones a lot of times is the ball is out of the hand so quick, right? And the velocity so much, no matter what your reaction, you're too slow, okay? No matter how you react to it, because they're flat-footed until the ball's out of the hand, the ball gets there at such a velocity in a flat zone that it's very hard to get the knockout. It's almost worth going to A, but it's tough because I feel like Acrobat does flat zone a little bit better. The problem with Acrobat, though, you won't pick it, right? You won't pick it, so you need Pick Hardest and Acrobat stacked to get those like crazy Acrobat interceptions. Acrobat will get you crazy interceptions. The problem is you drop a lot too. And Lurker's only good on linebackers. It's A tier. Inside stuff is very good stopping the run. The issue is a lot of guys know how to deactivate it by double teaming your inside stuff. And oftentimes the inside stuff, even so, they'll get their animation and they'll just run past the ball carrier because they'll get locked out of the animation. So it's very similar a lot of times to like out my way. A lot of these are similar. Like you'll beat the block dramatically, but then the animation takes so long. Similar concepts right here, that it's useless because the play's already past you or your quarterback's sacked, like I talked about before. So a lot of this stuff just doesn't happen quick enough to have the value a lot of times. Inside stuff I still think has value there for disrupting the play. And sometimes it does, like if it's like an outside run, sometimes inside stuff gets there and then is able to recover in time. Double or nothing's really cool on defense tackles. Now, edge threats are basically neutralized because everybody is running either edge protector or secure protector. I still have it here because edge threat and the threat of edge threat has completely changed offensive line abilities, and you basically have to put both of your tackles. You see how Mangold and Munoz, both have 1 AP on them, you have to devote 2 AP there, or else you have to call nothing but play actions the whole time to neutralize edge threat. Like, edge threat's neutralized. If you can run your offense out of one set with just play actions, sure, that's fine. But then your opponent's gonna be like, all right, well, play actions only. Let me blitz an extra guy and pass commit. Like, and then you're getting sacked as soon as you do that. Like, right, blitz a nickel corner and pass commit, and then your play action's dead. I don't know. I think it's a better idea just to waste the 2 AP, waste it on the potential that they'll have an edge threat, especially an edge threat double nothing stack is like insta win every time, and you have 2 seconds in the pocket, get the ball out. All right, pick artist. It sucks that you are forced to spend ability points or put that on your players in order to catch the ball at all. In order to make the game play how it should play, you need to put that AP. Some have it down to 0 now, obviously, but it sucks that this is like, all right, make my players actually catch. Tackling speed, tip drill there is an A2. Pig artist way better than tip drill. Tip drill is like a B+, A- one right now. I decided to put it in A- because I like it that much. Secure tackler, bench press. I don't see a lot of bench press out there because most guys in man coverage are running these ones. So I threw it down to B tier. But bench press, remember that one that made the worst Madden meta ever in 21? Well, I don't know about ever, but it made a really bad meta as far as passing the ball. Basically, your entire defense or offense got fatigued off of it, so you couldn't win anything in man coverage. Deflator, crusher, they're really cool for taking guys out of the game, forcing fumbles. I think they help with. Same with enforcer, but I wouldn't spend a dramatic amount of AP on it. If you get them for free, they're great. Strip specialist, same way. Defensive rallies only really usable if you're using double or nothing. If you don't use double or nothing in your defensive line, don't use defensive rally. And then the rest of here are, I think, good, and you can use them for sure, as long as you're getting them for free, right? If you're getting them for free, sure, use whatever you want. Those are a little bit more just fine abilities. So what am I running on offense right now? All right, I am being a risk taker. I'm not running Fearless on Tom Brady, right? I'm not doing it because I want, I got Megatron with route tech for one specific route, or like it's a couple different routes that I route tech on that I can't use with short in or anything else. Herman Moore. Now, this is the one card that I could potentially take off short out elite because like I have a backup Deebo Samuel with short out elite for 0. If you remember what I said about short out elite, I need it to beat press man, right? You streak against press man, and then it wins after it beats the press. So short out. So I just did it on him because I could save the 2 AP. I might go back to Fearless on Brady, but I had to take off the 2 AP probably on Zach Martin and Creed Humphrey to get rid of that. I don't want to get rid of the route tech on that. So that's where I'm currently sitting. Is it's 4 AP to add Fearless to Tom Brady. It's so expensive for Fearless, which should be just like built in to a lot of these cards. On Nick Mangold, he gets 2 free abilities and then Secure Protector. I only really care about the 2 Secure Protector. I put Nasty Streak on my guards because I do go against Dollar quite a bit, okay? Dollar is the main defense I do run against. And so I can run like 0-1 Trap. I can run the ball a little bit better with these guys here. I have Secure Protector and then Free Identifier and Creed Humphrey because Secure Protector will help neutralize any inside stuffs I run against. So that's why I put it on Creed. And then Secure Protector out there and Anthony Munoz. So tackles with Secure Protector. Guards with Nasty Streak, center with Identifier and Secure Protector. Otherwise, this is short in. This is short in and then free medium out for any corner routes, but it's free, so I wouldn't do it otherwise. I do have honorary lineman on Jim Taylor. I can sub him in at tight end if I'm like in a 2 tight end set. Taysom Hill has free short in. Short in is the best ability on tight ends. So, and then William Perry is return man as my fullback. So I got like 2 like big power backs here, Perry and Dickerson. I give the ball to, and then he sort of like runs up the middle, and then that's my defense. So that's my offense. Defense, I'm currently running deep out and pick artist because I run a cover 4 scheme. I don't want to do the man coverage because I think man coverage is brainless. I have more fun adjusting zones and trying to predict where they're going and trying to do like adjustment-based defense and then using my brains out versus like man coverage, which just like will randomly get you picks. And obviously you have to adjust man coverage time to time because most good players, like almost every single offense in the game right now, I would say 100% of the good offenses in the game right now have routes to beat man, right? If you don't, you're not going to win games. So make sure you have routes. That's why everybody's in tight. They're in bunch because those are the best man being routes in the game. And plus, they can pick up a blitz too. They can run the ball a little bit out of tight with the 0-1 trap. But anyways, I'm running zone because I just think it's more fun to play, and I want to be a little off meta on my offense. I'm running the spread ebook. on you can get the spread ebook if you become a member of the channel. On defense, definitely do that. We're updating it tonight. There will be spread ebook updates. Please join the membership. I just put out a mutt exploit also for members only. So I got mid zone and deep zone knockout on Megatron. The mid zones are my safeties because people like to seam shot me. They like to throw the ball immediately. And then so the mid zone will help me react and then knock it out potentially in the seam shots. These are pick artist and deep outs on my corners. I do currently have a inside stuff and 2 double or nothings on Smith and Sapp. I think I'm going to get rid of the double or nothings. I haven't seen a whole lot of production out of them. And then add one more mid zone, probably either on Sherman or Woodson. Probably on Sherman. Depends on where my opponent likes to attack, but I put it on one corner and then I can flip them if I see them going more right or left. I got pick artist on Carmichael, but he's been okay, I think. I might go to a free pick artist with either Cromartie when he gets reduxed, or just go back and grab Night Train Lane. As for my defensive line, I'm just using free abilities everywhere else. Speedster's free, El Toro on Reggie. We got Speedster on Cameron Wait free. Deflator on Watt, and then Unpredictable on Jason Taylor. I do have a 3-4 blitz, again, against 5 wide. This is membership only. Please join the member if you want that. I got free Lurker on Nitschke. Bobby Wagner's here with the free Enforcer for kickoffs. I have Sean Taylor. He's a user with free Crusher, also great on kickoffs. Bo Jackson's my main user with pick artist for free. Best user in the game, in my opinion. And then special teams, I got Legend Punter Cunningham and Justin Tucker. I think did I get that Justin Tucker? That might be a NAT. Anyways, specialists, Dickerson, CD in my slot, Debo, like I talked about, the free short out elite that I can sub in if I've seen press man. And then I rotate my defensive line. I rotate between these 4 and base nickel. And then I have 4 other ones. You guys saw the other AP with Bruce Smith. Those would be my big nickel defense. Here's my users. And there's my slot corner, Carmichael, to play the flats for me. Strat items, we're running Wrecking Ball for extra Dickerson because that's fun. And then D-line, because I have abilities on my DBs, I decided to extra attribute out my D-line for the extra power move, finesse move, block shedding, impact block, etc. Team Affinity, Steelers, I guess I can get a better one there. I don't know, do I even have the gold Steelers? I don't. I think I just quick sold it because I'm not running a Steelers team, running Legends. My playbooks, visuals, basic Steelers, because we like it straight up. So that's the ability tier list and what I'm currently running on abilities. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.